Hello and welcome to episode 24 in our Pharmacy Calculations practice series. Okay, now today's question comes to us from our Facebook study group, and we've paraphrased this a little bit, but I think we've caught the majority of the question, at least enough information to help explain how you can solve this. So we start with some information. We have juice A, which is 100% cranberry juice, and juice B, which is 100% apple juice. And they tell us to mix 67 milliliters of juice B with 29 milliliters of juice A in a graduated cylinder. Then we're going to take that resulting solution and we'll take 27 milliliters of that and mix it with another 28 milliliters of straight juice B. They then ask us what the percent strength of cranberry juice is in the final solution and how many grams of cranberry juice are in that solution. Now this sounds really complicated. I promise it's not if you understand how to break this down into proportions, but we need to start with understanding what percent strength or percent concentration means. And this is going to tell us how many grams of active ingredient there are per 100 milliliters. So 100% cranberry juice means there's 100 grams of cranberry juice per 100 milliliters. 100% apple juice means there's 100 grams of apple juice per 100 milliliters. So we'll start with this first step. And remember, ultimately they're asking us about cranberry juice, which is juice A. And if we're going to pour 29 milliliters of juice A and mix it with 67 milliliters of juice B, we need to figure out how many grams of cranberry juice we're going to have in that resulting solution. And to do that, we'll set up a proportion, and the way I teach this is always put what you're solving for in the numerator on the right. So how many grams are there per 29 milliliters, because that's how many milliliters of juice A we're going to use, when we know the concentration is 100%, meaning there's 100 grams per 100 milliliters. And we always make sure when we put our known concentration or our known ratio on the left that we keep the units in the same spot as we have it on the right. So grams in the numerator, milliliters in the denominator. We can then solve the left-hand side of that equation by taking 100 grams divided by 100 milliliters, and then we cross multiply to the denominator on the right. We do that, we cancel out those two units, and we are left with 29 grams. So in this first part here, we have 29 grams of juice A, or cranberry juice. Now we also need to consider what volume we have there, and we mixed 29 milliliters of juice A with 67 milliliters of juice B. So we have 96 milliliters of solution there. So that's another important piece of information we need. So we've got 29 grams of cranberry juice and 96 milliliters of solution. So now we're going to take that and we're going to take 27 milliliters of this solution and we're going to mix it with 28 milliliters of juice B. So now we set up another proportion to figure out how many grams of cranberry juice we're going to have in this final solution. So again, how many grams are we going to have in our final solution, which is we're going to take 27 milliliters of that solution above. So how many grams of cranberry juice are there in 27 milliliters of this solution up here, when we know, going back to this, that we have 29 grams per 96 milliliters. Okay, hopefully you understand what we've done there. So again, we'll take 29 grams divided by 96 milliliters, cross multiply by 27 milliliters. And this will tell us how many grams we have. 29 divided by 96 times 27. And I get 8.15, which we'll just round that up to 8.2 grams. So this is actually the answer they're asking for right there. We've got 8.2 grams of cranberry juice in that final solution. Now we need to solve the other question, which is what is the percent strength of cranberry juice in that final solution? Now, we need to also figure out the total volume we have from this final step, which is simply 27 milliliters plus 28 milliliters, which is going to be 56 milliliters. Wait, that's 55. 7 plus 8 is 5. I know that. So we have 55 milliliters from that step. So we know we have 8.2 grams of cranberry juice per 55 milliliters of solution. But what is percent strength? It's how many grams there are per 100 ml. So we need to solve for that. So X grams of cranberry juice are in 100 milliliters when we know we've got 8.2 grams per 55 ml. And to solve for that, we take 8.2 grams divided by 55 milliliters, cross multiplied by 100 milliliters. And our answer is going to be, divided by 55 times 100, 14.8%, or 14.8 grams per 100 milliliters. So the answer to this question should be 8.2 grams of cranberry juice in that solution for a final concentration of 14.8%. Any questions about this or any other math questions you'd like to see solved? Reach out to us on our Facebook page, or you can email us at info@pharmacytechscholar.com, or simply you can find us on the web at pharmacytechscholar.com.